I was 21 years of age. This is not long ago. 21 years of age. Yesterday was my birthday. And me and Andrew, what did we eat on my birthday?
KFC.
Why did we eat KFC? Because when I was 21, me and Andrew used to have no food. I used to drive in Volkswagen Golf to the KFC restaurant in Dunstable, United Kingdom. And I used to sit in my car. And you couldn't ever eat anyone's leftover food if they ever had their mouth on it. But at KFC, they used to buy buckets. And I would sit and wait for people to sit outside, eat their meal, and leave the bucket on the table. And I used to go and take that bucket, 3 or 4 pieces of chicken. And I used to collect 20, 30, 40 pieces of chicken that were perfectly fine left in the buckets. And I used to go home and I used to freeze that chicken. And me and Andrew would break it up, put it in our rice, and that was our meal. That's what sustained us for that hard year, that year we had when I was 21 and you were 22. That's how broke we were. I used to scavenge chicken from KFC because I thought, fuck it, I'm not dying and I'm not losing my kickboxing fights because I don't have enough protein. What am I going to do to make it through the day? That's how broke I was. And that's a sad story if you never make it out. To me, that's a happy story. That's a story of triumph. Now it's like, hey, Andrew, it's my birthday. What we doing? KFC? And it's a big joke. We sit there eating our KFC laughing about how we used to scavenge KFC chicken.
What advice would you give to people who are just like chronic procrastinators? That are just not taking action.
Yeah, the advice is very simple. I have the perfect piece of advice for them. It's have fun staying poor. Have fun staying poor. You're never going to make it. I don't care. Because if you can't look at your Instagram and think, you know what, maybe I should get into shape. If you can't look at my Instagram and think, you know what, maybe I should make some money. And you literally, with all the inspiration shoved in your face nowadays, me and you are sitting in this luxury apartment in Dubai overlooking the ocean. Oh no, I don't even know what day is it. What day is it? What day it is?
Sunday.
On a Sunday afternoon. Like, this is what we do. If you can't watch people like us, if you're watching this podcast and think I need to do something and you're a procrastinator, good. I don't care. Have fun staying broke. Because like you said, I need someone to wash my cars. I need people like you. So not everyone can make it to the top, and there's no help for those people who can't motivate themselves. If you can't pay your bills, you know, it's hard to pay your rent, you're eating the crappiest food, you're driving the crappiest car, all the beautiful women in the world don't look at you, can't afford any nice clothing, and you're sitting around thinking, oh, well, you know, just a few more hours playing Fortnite, then that's your station in life, and enjoy it.
And you got to understand, if you want that life which you're dreaming of, you have to make some sacrifices.
Of course.
And even when it comes to relationships and women, I've had to make sacrifices. I've had to end relationships. I've had to just go through phases where I didn't even bother at all, just to keep my mind focused on the mission and to avoid the distractions.
It's very hard to become successful. It's very hard to become rich and successful, and that's why very few people do it. It's very hard to become influential, to get people following you, to get people listening to you. It's difficult. So if you can't motivate yourself to do it, you know, fuck you. Sorry, it's the way I feel.
Cool. Why didn't you dump on video games enough? Why play video games? In 10 seconds, I can very quickly sum this up. There's a video game called Gran Turismo where you select which car you want to drive and select which road you want to drive, and then you sit in the house of your mother's basement and pretend to drive that car on that road. I, because I've done the work, pick the car I want to drive because I have all of them, and pick the road I want to drive, and I drive there, and I get to do it IRL. So it's a substitute for real life. That's it. So it's a lazy man's way of feeling like he's achieved something, because video games are made to be completed. Every level was designed, okay, let's make it this hard, but they need to complete it. Life, you can actually fail at. Life isn't made to be completed. Not everyone doesn't end up here. So ignore all that stuff you read on the internet about your time will come, be patient. No, everyone is born broke and dies broke. I'm not. I've done the work IRL.
If you look back on your life, what would you say was the hardest period for you to go through, and how did you overcome it?
Well, my dad dying was the hardest part for me and Andrew to go through ever. But what you have to understand with things like that is you don't actually have a choice. People say this all the time, like, how did you deal with that? It's like, well, what was my alternative? Bring him back to life? There is no way out of it. So you can either, and people say this all the time, oh, my mother's got cancer, she's going to die in 6 months. What do? I say enjoy the next 6 months with her. As much, like, there are lots of situations in life where your hands are tied. So with dad dying, it was a simple matter of, okay, you can let this destroy you, which is an option. And people do this all the time, drink themselves to death. I don't know, start cutting themselves, whatever stuff people do to cope with difficult situations. Or you can be sad anyway, because you're sad either way, and work 18 hours a day. And in fact, I said that the time I was working the most, when I was around 27, 28, I think he died when I was 27. So you can work 18 hours a day, not let anything distract you, and stay focused on the mission. So that way you have less time to think about it, and you can be sad while you're working. And then, you know, when you start to come to terms with everything, you've got millions of dollars, as opposed to, oh, I've come to terms with everything, but I'm in a rehab clinic. So I think that bad things are going to happen to your life. And everyone watching, this is the sad truth of it. Your parents are going to die too. Before you. I mean, most of you. So that is going to happen. So I didn't really see why it was difficult. As much as it was unpleasant, I don't think it was difficult because there isn't a way out of it. So that's the best way I can describe it. You could be a sad winner or a sad loser. So go and win every day.
What do you think is the biggest mindset change that you need to become a multimillionaire?
You know what? I feel like being on... I never wanted to be a multimillionaire. Andrew once said to me, famously, Tristan, if we could just find a way to make... This is before the internet. If we could just find a way to make like 50, 100 pounds a day from home, that would alleviate a lot of our problems. Start small. Because as you climb the mountain and you reach where you wanted to reach, you realize that there are new mountains to climb. There are new mountains to climb for me right now. And I'm at a level that a lot of people can't even dream of getting to. But you see it. It opens new doors when you accomplish the goals that you're aiming for. And it opens your eyes to what's possible from there. So don't think I want to be a multimillionaire. Think, okay, I want some financial independence. I want to work 20 hours at the fast food store instead of 40, but supplement my income from home. Okay, I've done that. Now I have more free time. Where do I go from here?
You know the best thing about becoming influential and successful and rich and smart and all the on the life trajectory that people like me and you are on? The coolest thing. Exes.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, it's a shame it didn't work out. Yeah, shame for you. That is pretty fun.
Every single one of them has messaged me.
I know. At some point, they all message you or you catch them watching.
And that one in particular, she did not stop messaging me because she knew she fucked up.
Remember my quote, everyone who I've ever lost is worse off without me. Tristan Tate original quote, remember, because it's true. It's true. So, yeah, fuck everyone.